Hello, welcome to the Angry, Annoyed, Amused podcast. You're on with Mike. So next to me is Matt.
What's up?
Over there's Johnny.
Yep.
Across the table is the other Mike.
Hello.
Today we're going to be talking about, I think Johnny's kind of leading this one. What?
No, he went like that.
Oh,
He
okay.
went. Oh.
Gotcha. He took your thing. I gotcha. Today, and I think Johnny's kind of spearheading this one.
I'm spearheading everything.
But we're, just so
We
happens.
changed this.
But we're,
The Johnny podcast.
or I guess what Johnny was mostly brought up before was about if you look at it in totality, and we've sort of spoken about this before in like season 1.
Back in season 1.
Matt. you just
Seriously.
That was a car, I
That's
think.
good. That's good. You think?
It could have been Matt. But we spoke about like work-life balance generally in season 1. I think we did like a kind of a day report of like how many hours are actually yours on any given work day. But Johnny took it into the totality of your life
Yeah.
and how much of it is actually not really
Your life.
own
Your life.
life. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been spending a lot of time as just thinking about work and how much time I spend there and involved in getting to work and getting home from work.
I'll do the math while you're going.
Yeah,
just to
that'd
give
be
us,
great.
like,
Do it
and
till
then
the
I'll give
age
it
of
a
70.
breakdown.
So I'll break
Mhm.
it down. So I've been thinking they're trying to like.
I'm going to start at 25. Everybody cool with that?
Yeah, 25 is good.
And that's a little late.
a little
Most
late.
people start working early. I'm
So-
saying most people start working
It's a
earlier.
little
So
late.
wait,
Just
what you
even
could do,
numbers, you know?
what you could do is 25,
to
but then do
65.
it twice, 25 to 70. I'd still say, and
I
then
just
do
made it easier.
because the way the world is,
65 is 40
they
years.
prep you from kindergarten. So then how
school?
much?
Yeah,
The
I was a
school
big
too.
school hater.
Yeah, so do those two because I want to know
Okay,
both.
okay.
So I've been sitting there and like I was looking out the window and I was like, I'm fortunate only because I don't go to the same office or the same building all the time, so at least I have a different view. But I'm like, this is really sad that I'm coming to work to do basically the same thing every day all week. I go home Friday and then I don't really do. I mean, I hang out with my family, but Friday seems kind of wasted because I've lost most of the day, and then Saturday is a whole great day, and then Sunday, as we said in the other podcast, it's wasted because you're ready to get back to you're thinking about work and you have all the chores that you couldn't do during the week. So I was like, wow, like, and I've said this and I talked about earlier with other Mike that like society really figured out a way of modern day slavery. Like that's basically how I look at
That
it.
you brought up on the other episode.
I brought that up too?
Yeah,
Okay,
that-
good. So
that
I'm repeating. But then I was really thinking to myself, like, man, oh man, oh man, like, how much life have I actually get to live if I live to like 70? If I make it to 70 and I died after I retire, like how much?
Probably make it longer than
How much?
70.
No, I will make it long and say. But if I died at 70, how much life did I really live in this fucking world? And it really started.
Michael's going to tell you.
It really started to friggin' bother me.
Not
Like,
a lot.
really. And I'm just like, holy cow. It was like, and I was like thinking to myself, like, it's almost, I'd rather just take all that time now and just like, okay, if it's 5 years of worth of life, let me just have that 5 years
That
now.
was
And
where
then,
that was where our reverse. That's where
right,
we went to the other one.
so
We
I've
got
talking to
reverse.
that to people at
Social
work,
Security
your
plan,
thing.
you get Social
Start,
Security.
starting work, like
Yeah.
being off until you get older and then going to
And
work.
then working
And I was
until
like,
you're old.
I was like bringing that, and some guy actually that I was talking to was like, that's so weird, but so brilliant. I was like,
Yeah.
we were thinking the same thing, actually.
That would work way better. Yeah.
It would.
think
If you had to
But
work for
like,
40 years.
but it's really, like seriously, it's got me so bummed out, and I'm always bummed. I hate working. Like, I like making money and I like doing things, but I don't want to work. And I'm like him when he said the first day, like it blows my mind when you're like, I hate work. I want to retire today if I could.
Yeah.
Like-
So I just did some of the math.
Oh, here we go. This is gonna be really.
Hold on, I just want to get 1% before.
Some things that you just shouldn't.
You shouldn't know. You shouldn't know. It's so easy to find out, but you shouldn't
So,
know.
Pretty
Let me take
much,
the headphones off.
I did an
Here.
average, and this is with weekends, but no vacation. So you'll add, but
I was
think
gonna
over
say-
the course of 45 years, I did 25 to 70.
Right.
You're not. I mean, like how much? No,
Well, you
nobody's
would take
taking,
you would take average
nobody's
2
taking
weeks.
a month a year.
No.
Right. I'm saying like it
Right,
doesn't
right.
really add up. It's a couple extra hours, so whatever.
Okay.
You can feel better about that. And also, I know
Nice.
John. I think Johnny just mentioned this. I did actually miss what you were saying, just because I was,
Yeah.
trying to do like a little bit of math. But I also did it on a 10-hour day because I think an
Yeah, I
8-hour
agree.
day is standard, and I think generally maybe it's a New York thing, but like unless you're fully working from home,
No.
so you're a clean 8-hour day. If you have any commute, it's gonna roughly be 10 hours.
Right.
Because at least in the morning, 30 to get ready, 30 to go. Even if you have a short commute, could be longer, like could be closer to 11.
Yeah. No.
But
10
at
hours
a
is
10
fair.
hour
I
10-hour
omit
work
anything in
day.
the morning. I say sleep.
I agree. It could be longer than 10, honestly. I was being
Oh, yeah.
even a little nice. But 10-hour work day,
Yep.
5 days a week, 52 weeks a year, 45 years. That's 117,000 hours.
Right.
total hours using this, I mean, by same logic, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week this time. I did it times 5 for the last one for weekly. Obviously not times 7. You have 393,000 hours total in your life in that time.
Okay.
So which is a clear, clean 30%. And that's if you work no overtime. So I
And
took
sleep's
vacations
the
out,
other
but that's
30%.
also if you take no overtime. Right. Sleep is actually slightly more than
So
30%.
you work 30%
Yeah.
of your life.
You work 30% of your life
From 25 to 70.
from 25 to 70.
Based
And
on a
sleep
10-hour
is
day.
sleep is
Based
like
on a 10-hour day, 5
33%.
days a week.
But you kept sleep as ours.
Well, I took
No,
sleep
wait.
out too, but sleep is slightly more because it's
You
2 extra days. So
Right.
I did
Oh, right.
8 hours of sleep clean, which you don't have to sleep 8. You can sleep a little bit more, a little
So
bit less,
we-
but whatever. 8 hours of sleep times
About-
7
about a
times
third.
52 times 45
right?
is 131,000. So 117 plus 131 less. Like you do have more like lifetime than work time, just because of the weekends, because that full day adds so much time back.
That's true.
But to like a thing that I think we've spoken on is like
Once it gets to Sunday.
half of your Sunday, wouldn't count. Like this, you can do
You
way
can't.
more math of like
You
what
could,
really
But
Right.
30%.
It's your
is
day
just
fair.
on those round numbers.
is still.
It's 30%, but I was thinking it was going to be a lot more.
Well,
So would I.
I was thinking it was a lot more.
Yeah.
really?
No,
The-
I think 30%.
The weekends give you so much more
I
back.
think 30%.
Because the weekend, if I'm taking, I'm doing straight
So let's-
8
No,
hours.
I understand
Let's
now,
do-
like,
let's
I
do
never
real-
really thought about
let's
it,
really
but I-
quickly-
you don't think 30% is a lot? I mean,
Wait,
that's,
let's do
it
really
is, it
quickly,
is. I'll tell you
which is
30,
probably
but that's
easy
where
if you
sleep-
do 5 days only.
That's why sleep
I did
becomes
5 days.
important. Because
But the
sleep
weekends
is-
counted for that. But how much of the week is your life? Then?
Oh, okay. If I say
none-
weekends are a
none
separate
of it.
time,
None of it's.
Well, that's what I want to see
it'll
because
be
that's
it's going to be
You're
nothing.
either at work or thinking about work.
Yeah, it's going to be nothing. But
Right.
I'll do that real quick. You guys can keep
Okay.
But that's
on.
where sleep
But
becomes
it's
important.
10.
That's where sleep.
It's 10 hours. Right?
10 and 8.
out of 24
So you
hours.
get 6.
If you get 14 hours minus your sleep, you get 6 hours.
a day.
But like
I'm doing this. I'm doing
We
this.
could
But
be-
what's the percent on that? Because
I'm
That's
doing
what-
it.
that's
I'm
what
doing
I
it.
could
just
be-
asked him.
But we could be like you're saying it seems like a lot, but if we're the most fair about this, right? We could go up on everything because sleep is a little over 30%. Working is about 30%. So let's just say it's 33% for your time, sleep, and working.
Well, that's what it's supposed
that
to
means
be.
that you only get to live 1/3 of your life,
Which
the
is
way you want
pathetic.
to, which is pathetic.
Right.
So you're saying you feel like it should be higher, but really you're only living.
No,
a
I'm
third
not
of
saying
your
it
life.
should be.
If you
higher.
take
No, I mean,
weekends
like,
out,
you feel like it would be higher.
if you count weekends as like,
No,
well, that's
doesn't-
all my time. So like that's
Right, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count. You're working 60% of your life
There you go.
Yeah.
of your weekdays, which makes
your
sense because it's a flat
That's
60% of your day. Because I'm doing 10,
Right.
24.
That's sick.
Yeah. Well, plus sleep, I'm taking sleep. This is without sleep.
No, I know.
Also, right.
Right.
So
That's sick.
and half of that is sleep.
no, I'm saying like 60% is
So you're not working.
not.
When you work, you don't work a full 8 hours. I'm going to play devil's advocate on this, of course. When you work, you don't work a full 8 hours.
Right.
No, but that's not your
but
time
you're not
ever.
doing
That's
whatever-
not your time
But it's
ever.
not
But you
your
can't
time.
do what you want to
you can't
do.
do what you want.
I mean, if I can go bowling when have downtime, I'm like, okay, that counts. But
Probably could.
I can't. Well, my old jobs maybe, not these.
You're in Manhattan. You could get a game or two.
Maybe ping pong.
No, you can get a game of bowling.
But okay,
Yeah,
but let's
then
go.
You're still
I
not
mean, how much worse do you
mentally-
think? Like what? At what level would you go? That's great. Like 50%.
30%.
Like 30% is a ton.
What's
That's
but
high.
here's the thing, right? What's the way out of it? That's really what he wants to talk about.
The
I
4-day
want to talk
work
about
week.
all of it.
Like
Like,
he's ready.
4-day
to
work
start-
week-
I
Oh,
want
wanna
to
do
do the
that
math
math?
for the
Let's
4
do
week-
four-
how
yeah.
much-
All right.
So you work 30% with
30%.
with 80 hours.
But
a
the
week.
4-day work
Wait,
week.
can-
the
I'm gonna do
4-day
it-
The 4-day work week increases you to 10 hours a day.
Yes.
wait, can I get a?
But you get a
Personally-
full extra
Personally,
day
I don't
back.
think you have to do
No,
that.
you
Because
don't.
the percentage of time you
But
get
that
back
is
is
true.
worth it.
Hold on, we have a caller.
This is hilarious. Who is it?
Hello, caller.
My caller one.
He loves working.
Oh, forget
Caller
this
number
guy.
He's
one.
gonna work 70%
It's
of his life.
it's hilarious that he called on this
I know,
episode.
we happen to be talking about work.
No way.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm talking
My
about
work, my work, or someone else's work.
Everybody's work.
He was here for one of the work
That's what I'm
conversations.
saying.
He was on.
And he loves work.
30% of our lives are spent working.
Really?
More for some people.
I was gonna say this
He's
guy.
definitely more.
What do you do with the other 70%?
He's like, yeah. Well, he's like, why are you
Well,
working
half-
there?
half- that is
Another
sleep.
30-ish
Yeah,
percent,
another
little more
30%
than
is
30 sleep. You get about 35% of your life.
But if you work overtime, does that count for?
We didn't
I
do
didn't count
that.
any
half
overtime.
percentage?
We did straight time.
Michael's going to put together a full spreadsheet with all the
That'd be-
different...
that'd be
what do you
great.
call that? All the different...
Like breakdowns.
Pie charts,
Something.
Excel sheet.
With,
Yeah,
with
you know.
different...
But wait.
you know, with,
I'm gonna do
with a
that
four-
real
quick.
with, with a 4-day work week,
Well,
with weekends, without
I
weekends.
say do a 4-day work week without
depending
the 10
on your
hours.
sleep.
I have
Because
one
I think
thing.
the 10, first of all, I
gyrations
think the
in
10
it.
hours is stupid. He
That
even
sounds
said it. He's like,
interesting.
you're not working for 8 hours. So I don't think we need the extra 2 hours every day.
No,
for
but
4
if you
days.
go to a 4-day, they're gonna make.
They're gonna do it.
I
Maybe I'm
understand-
missing
I
the easy
understand
Mac,
that,
but on
I
the
think
any
they
of the
shouldn't.
ones you're doing, even the first one you did, can you break it down by years? Like how much year? If you live to 70, how many years do you have for yourself out of that?
Oh, okay. If you just did like total, I got you.
Right.
I can do that real quick.
The hours divided by 365.
That's what I'm doing.
So what do we owe
Well,
this call for, Phil?
No, I'll put 365.
Not about 365.
Well, I called because my purpose really to
No, you
call
have
was
to
I
by
wanted to
hours
thank
in a
Johnny.
year.
I watched the podcast last week.
Yeah, but there's an easier way to do it.
I thought it was great. I would really appreciate Johnny allowing me to be funny. Apparently, Johnny is he's my funny gauge, and he tells me how funny or not funny I can be. So I thought I would call in. To me, it's important that the world knows, or at least the 40 people in the world that watch the podcast know that who I am. Even though I was on the podcast, but I figured people should know who I am and explain. I wanted to explain to Johnny that your feeling of me, I like to be funny. It's not really. I don't necessarily like to be funny. I just can't stop things from coming out of my brain, from my mouth. So I just say things that are in my brain, not intentionally to be funny sometimes, just if I think it's funny. So it was, and the other thing I did like, how everyone protested when Johnny made the comment and said that everyone said that I didn't need someone to make me funny. So I just thought it was a good time to call, break into the podcast. I'm actually a bit incapacitated. Otherwise, I would have showed up. But I appreciate you guys laughing. Thank you. So that's I just figured I'd call in, say hello, tell Johnny thank you once again for allowing me to be funny.
You're welcome.
And to really make a comment, what I was thinking about. So I did go back to the other podcasts.
Which one?
I tried to like him, so I tried to get more likes, but you can only like it one time per person. I was trying to help you guys out, but here's what I think. Johnny was very adamant that he's a funny guy.
Oh
And the
no.
reason I believe Johnny is a funny guy
There he goes.
is because when he makes a joke, he laughs at himself. So he hears laughter in his head, and he thinks everyone else is laughing. Right? That's what makes him think he's funny.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
Wait,
That does sound like John.
but here's the thing.
Right?
is
He
true.
makes a joke and then he laughs. So if you're laughing, you can't hear everybody not
Well,
laughing.
not only
You don't hear laughing.
Well, not only that though, if you make someone laugh with your joke, you're funny. And if that someone's yourself, it doesn't matter.
There's an argument there.
There you go. Right?
There's an argument there.
You would like that argument, Mike.
Yeah.
You would. That's
Thank
not
you,
exactly
Phil.
Your type of argument.
I'm not sure. I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't agree with you.
I'm not sure I can agree with that, but I think that you're probably off the mark. If you laugh at everything you say, that doesn't make you funny.
It does. I'm hilarious.
To yourself.
Everybody else has to laugh. I agree.
Yeah, I think so too.
If everybody's not laughing at you, you're not funny.
Okay.
And we laughed at
You
you
know,
the
like,
whole
it's
time,
almost
Phil,
like-
and Johnny didn't help you out once tonight.
A legend in your own mind.
that's-
You're a legend in your own mind.
That's for
You're a
sure.
comedian in your own head
Absolutely.
because you just laugh at your own jokes.
100%.
And don't really watch people laugh, So, and that's it. So, I just really like call in, maybe work hard. If I call hard, and enough times I'll get back on the show or something else. And
We need you.
We'll have you, not next week, in 2 weeks we'll have you on.
I mean, Matt doesn't really use his mic, so I don't think they would even notice if Matt was right. Maybe I sat on
Well,
his lap.
well, if you get here at 7:00 on podcast days, you can definitely be the first show because we have a couple of stragglers
He
here.
could say that. He could say that, but it's not true because it's never set up by 7:00.
That's because we know.
Ever-
That's because we
ever
know we're not getting
before-
going until
ever
9.
Before ever, it's not set up. at
Matt could
7.
sit on your lap, on your lap,
And
and
puppet.
just move his lips, and you could do all the talking.
It seems like that would be funny.
That
That
one.
would absolutely be funny. Why don't you try that with Johnny? Because I did notice that Matt, he didn't protest the way you and little Mike and other Mike protested when Johnny said that he allows me to be funny. Probably uncomfortable. He get fired. Then he wouldn't be able to use 30% of his life to work.
There you go.
It's true. That is true. Yeah, Matt has to be a little careful. All right, well,
Well,
we
listen,
appreciate you calling
thanks for
in.
having me.
You got us
You
on the
know-
work episode. I don't know if you want to hang on, but
might put you down and you can hear what our arguments are.
basically working 30% of your life, so you're probably working a little bit more.
Probably
than
for me.
He's probably hitting
He-
40.
he's, he's 40s.
He's probably in 40s. Yeah.
You know, I tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I work so much. I work a lot because I love to give my money to charity. And I try to give money to charity every day. Every day, I give money to charity. And when she's on vacation, I give it to her. Have a good night, everyone.
Johnny, you laughed over his punchline.
No, I heard.
You laughed over his punchline.
No, the first part was funny.
Well, I hope people
All right,
get it.
good night, guys.
All right,
All right.
good night.
Good
We'll
night.
talk
Good
to you
night.
soon.
All right, bye.
Thanks for calling.
And as always,
So 30% of your life.
So 30% of your life, but if Johnny, if this or whoever, if this helps, it's actually 13.3 years.
that you get to live, or that you.
No, that you
Should
work.
we give context to what the call was about?
So
Did
13.
Philip give enough of context on
Go
that?
check the episode.
There was a prior
Go
episode.
check to the prior episode.
I don't know what it was. I can't remember the
You'll get
name.
it was.
Something funny.
Was it?
Because you named it and you made it
Yeah,
like
I know.
Johnny is.
I'm
hilarious.
funny or something like that.
Yeah. I definitely
But
named it myself.
nonetheless, it was an old podcast where we were
Gotta check
talking
it back
about
a couple
people who are
weeks ago.
funny. We got an argument about Johnny not being funny,
Which is insane.
and then that's my uncle Phil, who is funny.
That
and
you
then
guys said are the
Johnny-
funniest.
Johnny said,
And Johnny said, "Well,
Johnny
I let
said he
him be
makes
funny
it-
because it's important to him,
Exactly.
or something along those lines." And he wanted to set the record straight.
So there you go. All
But yeah, 13.3 years.
You working?
Yeah,
You're
you're working
Working 13.2
of the
Round up.
45 years.
of the 45.
Yeah, call it 13.4.
That's
That's
why
a lot.
if we can get back to my plan,
Just do it like a prison
my
sentence.
reverse retirement plan,
Better, way better.
right?
Yeah.
Is you're off from 25 to 60.
65.
Yeah, but suicides would
65.
skyrocket at 60.
That's true.
You think I'm gonna get to 60 and I'm gonna go?
That's very true.
Got these guys. I'm out.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
Very
You are
good
so
point.
freaking like you are the most negative person in the world.
Who's gonna do that?
he's
That's such a
right.
raw
All of a
deal.
sudden
He's right.
people
If
gonna
you
wanna
don't think
kill
you're
themselves.
That's a
working
totally
towards
raw deal.
anything.
They're like, you're now actually gonna. I already feel like I have to work till I die.
You're right.
In this
No, you're
situation,
right.
which don't get me wrong, there's nice parts of it, but then at 60, you expect me to go, hey, get on, like, we're putting you at, get in your chair,
Well, you
and
know
you're
what?
gonna work here till
Maybe-
you
maybe-
die.
maybe you're not- Look, nobody wants to work forever, but at some point in time, you run at it like you start to say, "Well, what else can I do with my life?" Right? Not
No.
everybody is going to be suicidal.
The best part is
Some people will
the
work.
best
I'm
part is-
not saying everybody, but
is
like,
you came up with this theory over a year ago,
Yeah.
and he didn't have the. So he's changed now to suicide.
He's
He had another year of work.
Like
I,
that's
I
what I'm
don't know.
saying.
I didn't think about it last time, but like that's to
now
me.
he's
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
boom.
If you're backloading, because I was thinking I might even consider. I mean, I get like when you're 20, those are like good years of your life. But I might consider doing it like a prison sentence from 20 to 33, and then getting the rest of your life.
Life off.
Well, just because I definitely would not do it if I was 60.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So if you could work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for a certain amount of time,
Oh, I kind of do
and then
that
have
too.
the rest of the time off, you would.
I'm saying do 13 prison sentence. Yeah, people get less for killing people. You know,
No, but I'm saying you'd be
like
working,
you can literally kill people and get 10 years.
You'd be
Yeah.
working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 10, 15 years, whatever it is.
I do that.
If you could have the rest of your life off.
Yeah,
I'd
if-
consider it.
If you can do
I'd
it like when you're
consider it.
18,
I
20.
consider it. It
consider
depends
it.
because it's like you miss a lot. Like if everybody does it, if that's how the world works,
You think
I
it's
think that'd be
miss that
kind of
much.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because like
working 24 hours a day, think it'll impact you?
Not 24 though. You get to sleep.
Yeah, you got to
I
sleep.
mean, you gotta sleep.
Even
So I guess
prisoners
maybe it
sleep.
becomes 15 years.
You sleep.
Sleep a couple hours,
No,
and
because
every other
you're
hour is
doing this
working.
including sleep.
I guess.
You know what I mean? So it is 13 hours. It is 13 years
The-
of your life, including sleep, that you're working.
So two.
No, that was not
full-time
including
jobs.
sleep.
Oh,
That's
oh,
just
without sleep,
13.
yeah.
That's
So
that's
whatever.
24/7.
20 to 35.
365 days a year. You work 13 straight hours of total
20
time.
20 to
13 straight
35.
years of total time.
Sorry, yeah, I said hours. Yes,
So 20
That's
to
crazy.
35.
That's
you work.
sad.
it
Always.
is.
That's sad.
I don't know. I think part of, and I know you said like, what is the thing, right? I think the issue, and I know I feel this way, and maybe it's just because I do particularly like work in like finance, and it's all a fake shell game thing going on. Like, none of it's real. It's all these fake valuations and whatever. That it's like, people always have to work, right? Like you kind of have to work to live.
Yeah.
But now we're doing a whole separate thing, and it's like there's this like big disconnect. I think that
We
I
don't
have,
li-
and I
we
think a
don't work
lot
to
of
live anymore.
and I think a lot of people experience where it's like I think I'd feel better if I like just what I had to do every day was survive, like, and that includes the work you have to do, so to speak. Like if you lived on a farm you're working.
Right.
Right. They might even work more hours.
Right.
You know, but it's like,
But it
but you're,
feels like
but
you're
you're
making
surviving. Like, it's
progress.
not.
It's for that.
You're not
Feels like
doing
you're
this
doing
whole other
something.
thing, and then like they're like, here's a pittance, and go try to live your square of a life outside of it. You know, and something about the computers I think is like dehumanizing. Just that everybody works behind a screen.
Yeah.
It just feels weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
agree.
mean? To do that your whole life, like it's very dystopian. It's like most people wouldn't. I don't think they would look at it the same way. Like if you're farming or like doing any, I don't know, like, or even people feel better. I think about like trades and crafts jobs generally. You know,
They feel like they're
just
doing
because
doing
you're doing an
something.
actual thing, right? Like I mean, imagine like I don't know, like just because we were on the cruise looking at watches, but like a watchmaker, like a guy who actually sits
Yeah.
there and does it. Like I'm sure they work hard hours and stuff, but he's like a master at a thing.
He's creating.
Yeah.
Like I just like
Well, it's
push
great,
numbers
yeah, I was
around in
gonna say,
Excel
it's
spreadsheet
more-
my whole life.
It's more
So we're just
creativity
miserable
in
because
that
we're
case.
minions.
Yeah, but I think most
We
people
should
are
go out
now.
and find a better reason for
To be honest,
Yes
with you,
and no.
To be honest with you, I enjoy my job a lot.
Careful around these two.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's just
I
I
enjoy my
couldn't.
job.
I know I've said this
Feels
before.
like I'm doing something.
There's certain jobs that I'm sure I would find enjoyable and I wouldn't mind doing,
I wouldn't want to do it all.
but they're hardly jobs. They're like the kinds of jobs that's like, all right, man,
being
but
on
you're
a
not really
podcast.
working.
like a coach.
Right. If suddenly tomorrow we got 40 million viewers and we could, this, I wouldn't be like, oh, now I hate this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or like if tomorrow somebody's like, you seem like a smart guy. Why don't you like direct our movie? And that was it. I'd be like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah,
But like
but you
the
still wouldn't want
super
to do it
rare
all the time
jobs.
either.
I think I would, but like I would mind it much. Like
Because
yeah,
even
I mean,
the things
think
I
would.
like, even the things I do every day that I enjoy, when I know I have to do it the next day, I'm like, oh, I did it again.
There are people
Like-
who say that, and that's possible. I don't actually believe it goes to that extreme a degree. Like, I think if you really do something that you like, but I think it's, like, silly to always go, well, just do the thing that you like then. Because it's like, well, I don't like things that are just normally...
Right.
Like, I told my dad, I was, like, joking, but I was like, a great job would be, like, an ancient Greek, like, philosopher, because those guys literally just thought all day. They just, like, sat around and talked about stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, that I could do.
You're
I
doing
could
it now.
totally do that and not get bored.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's not like a job,
Money didn't
really.
matter back
Like,
then.
that's-
Right.
Now,
I think
You can do it.
When it
It's
comes
not
to-
gonna
you
make
could,
any money.
right? But that's the issue. And then,
That's
Sit in
the
the
other-
park and
that's-
sit and talk
and then
to
there's
people all
also
day long.
I have like
No
I have a
cash.
disconnect like in my brain where I do understand that my job is important to me in my life because
Only
it
because of what you
provides
want,
me
right.
the ability to like not
But that's
be
su-
homeless
that's
and
what
like
sucks.
But you could
but
go
that-
live in
that
a-
is,
you could
I'm
go
like-
live
That's
in a
what
trailer
sucks.
on Rush Street
yeah, but
now.
it's not just me. Like
I
you
know.
know what I
I
mean?
think
Like
that
I'd like to
it's
have a
not.
family. Like right, but if the thing is okay, yeah,
It's just
fine,
the
dude.
way the whole
You
life is
complain
set
about a
up.
menial
I know.
job, but then you don't have to do that. But then like you can't have a kid.
Right.
It's like
No,
all
I-
right, like
Wait.
no, I understand. I think it's just like a raw deal in life.
You should go off the grid.
I think what you
Right.
Same issue, though.
I
You're
wanna
a
do
perfect
that.
candidate for going off the grid. Because all your work is just to benefit you.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
I look. I would like.
And you could have
There's a lot of
family.
ways I wouldn't mind that, but
I think it's
also I'd
good.
have to convince, other people like at least one person to do it, and I don't think she wants to do that.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
I think the work thing isn't about like how you're saying, if the podcast blew up, I'm not going to end up hating this. But then Johnny's like, but if there's something I know I like doing, I'm not going to want to do it the next day. What people, in my opinion, are craving isn't like less work or more enjoyable work. It's more freedom. If we did the podcast and that was it,
Freedom is fake.
everything
Johnny?
else,
Yes.
Freedom is fake.
100%.
Everything else is free for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's the same thing where like I think that's a huge benefit to certain people with working from home, right? Let alone
You get a
getting
lot
rid
of your
the
time
commute.
back.
You get a lot
of
of
your
your
time
back.
back.
And that time, to your credit, nobody works for 8 hours a day, but that time is a lot more yours when it's in your home.
Yeah,
And
because
so
that 30
you
minutes you're not
just-
working, you can go and
you just
do the
have
dishes or
more
whatever.
And you work
freedom.
from home
Part time.
part time.
Right.
What
You
are you,
just-
3 days a weekend? 2 days off. So you get a little time
You just
back.
get
Yeah.
a little.
But you
bit
do
of-
get time back
You get
working
a
from
little bit
home.
more freedom to choose.
Fake freedom.
Fake freedom.
What is this? What is the fake? What do you get? What's
yeah,
this?
what
It's
are you
fake.
talking
Your
about?
freedom's fake.
I'm not
The
talking
whole
about.
system is designed to make us think we have freedom to do things.
We don't get nothing.
But
We
just
don't have
like you
anything.
said, you're not really free to do what you want because you want to have a family, you want to have a kid, you want to have a house because that's the way society's
way
set
I'm
up.
using the word freedom, guys.
Oh, we know
No,
that.
it's
We're
No,
very
they're
interested.
making a separate,
Yeah,
We're-
I was gonna
we're
say,
doing-
that's
a
not-
separate contention, which
not
I
the
do
way-
generally agree
No,
with.
I agree
Yes.
with you
But
on
we're
that.
not
I'm
really
like, that's
free
not
to
the
do
way
what
I'm
we
using
want in
freedom.
that sense.
No.
Like, yeah, you could. Like, you have to trade off things.
This
to,
is-
to be truly free.
Yeah.
You got to trade things off, right? Because in order for
Well,
you,
no.
or
The
be
only
lucky-
way to be truly
be
free
lucky.
is to be
Is
rich.
to be rich.
Exactly.
Or get lucky.
The
That's what you
only
have to
truly
do.
free people are
You
the
can
rich.
be-
Are
The
rich.
wealthy
should be
people.
free if you're
They're
lucky.
free.
or these people living off the grid. What do they got?
I think
But
they're
they-
less free than a rich guy.
Yeah,
If you
definitely.
consider, and like, there's a million
I
ways.
guess
There's
it
like an
depends on-
academic
I
way
guess
of
it depends on
freedom.
what you
Right.
want in life. You know,
Well,
But
that's the
I just mean
academic way.
saying what like freedom is. There's like an academic, which is just like the ability to do
whatever you
right?
want,
And then there's like,
however you want.
and then there's like nobody has the freedom necessarily. You kind of do, but then there's consequences of like killing a person, right?
Right.
Like there's those kinds of different arguments about freedom. But the only in our society, I think, people who are truly free to do what they want when they want are rich people.
And
Because the off the grid people, they have a certain freedom away
Right,
from
that's what I
jobs
was
that we're
gonna
talking
say.
about, but they can't just go like,
That's what I
oh,
was-
I'm gonna
that's
pop
what I was
over
gonna
to
say.
That doesn't-
You're
yeah,
saying
to
it depends,
like
it
Ireland.
depends what
Right,
you
right.
want out
It
of life.
depends on what you want.
But
Right,
if
but the
you're
rich people are just
if
free.
you're rich, you could technically choose to be off the grid. Whereas
Yeah,
if
they
you're
can
off
want
the
whatever
grid,
they want and do
you
it.
can't
I get
choose
that.
to live on a yacht
but it
for a
depends
year.
on the person. I mean, it depends on the person. If the person is
Right,
happy,
but
living
fine,
that
but it's
way-
just not freedom.
You also have no freedom to change
your-
over time what you want out of life. If you're rich, right? Let's say you're born rich, you're raised rich, you never have
I
to
think
work.
the people that
right?
are off the grid, like those Alaska guys, I think they would argue with you on that. Because
On
they
what?
feel like they're free. Like
Sure,
they don't want.
I'm
They're
not
not
sure,
saying-
but
they
they
don't.
don't have the freedom to choose what they want to do otherwise. Whereas, like I said, if you
Keep
were
knocking the
if you were
mics out.
born rich, raised rich, like whatever, right? And then you get to 22, like me, and you're like, I'm out.
You were
I've been
born rich and raised rich.
No, I'm just saying.
You just said
22 like him.
22, like
He's saying his age.
and then you get to you're like, I was around all this money and all these great things, I just want to go live off the grid. And then you go do that, and then after 8 years you're like, I don't really want to do this anymore. You can go back and still do whatever you want. That's freedom. Choosing to live off the grid, you feel free. You're free in spirit because you're away from
You have like the
societal
wilderness
pressure,
freedom of
you're-
like I
but
hunt and
you aren't
fish
just
and I do what I
free
want.
now to turn around and be like, well, this is the next thing I want to do with the next chapter of my life, and you cannot do that because you don't have the money, and that's.
But if all you want is to live like
but
that,
You're not getting
But
it.
you can't change. But
You're
what
not
if
getting
you want to change over time?
I'm not
What if-
gonna get it.
What if
Yeah,
eventually?
clearly.
What if
I'm
that's
not
what
gonna
you
get
want, and then at some point you want change?
No, you guys
after.
only see freedom as being rich. That's all you see.
No,
You're not listening.
no.
If you
Freedom is
wanted
the
to
ability to
change-
do whatever you
to do
want
whatever
when you
you
want.
when you want
Living
to.
off the grid, you're doing a thing you want, but now you cannot do other things.
Right.
Rich
You
people
do
can
not
do
have
both.
the freedom
Or
to
to his
choose.
point,
But if
a
that's
rich kid
all
at 22 can go, I'm so tired of the
But if
materialistic
that's
life.
all you ever wanted to do, and you
Then
were
you're
happy
free.
What
in
if
that
it-
Then
life,
you're
are
free,
you
dude.
free?
But
Then
then
you're
what
free,
if it
yeah.
changes?
Whatever.
How does it change?
It's a different way of seeing freedom.
Because
It's
sometimes-
not.
it's
I've
not.
just said there's
No.
multiple
Yeah.
different ways to look at freedom.
You're looking at
That
freedom
guy's
more.
still not free to kill somebody, right? There's still certain restrictions
Neither
on
is the
his.
rich person.
I know.
Well,
There's debate there actually, but I'm saying there are always like limitations of freedom, right? And you're saying as long as you're happy doing what you do,
Yeah.
you're free because you have choices.
You're free of the
Go
man.
and you made a choice to go and live off the grid, and now you find yourself free and happy, right? Matt's saying that in like modern society, what freedom is to us is the ability to choose to do whatever you want, and the people living off the grid can't go at 45. I'm done with this. I want to go direct a movie.
What's your thought on this?
That's just a
I-
fact. What are you
Johnny,
arguing?
you
with?
know
I
It's not a
get,
fact.
no, I
That's
get what
what
they're
I just
saying.
said is a
Johnny,
fact.
you used to like working, correct? There was a point in time in which you enjoyed working.
Let me say why, though. I mean, no,
I'm just saying.
because I like the money
but
I
it
made.
changed.
Yeah.
At some point, the money
because
the money
because
stopped
I realize
being worth the
no,
time that you
the
were
reason
giving it.
why is I now think no matter how much I make, like I like things and I like buying things, but I'm learning more and more that the things I buy don't give me as much enjoyment as the time and the memories I can have. Also, those things I buy, like whatever it be, I don't have a lot of time with those things, as
Correct.
cool as they are.
So-
but I spend so much time at this other thing
Right.
that gave me
So
that that I'm
let's
starting to
now-
hate it because I want to be around the
So
things.
That's part
let's
of the
now
game.
say-
That's what they
let's
do to
now
you.
say
Exactly.
That the exact opposite happened to someone who went off the grid. They
Well,
went
no,
off
no,
the
and I
grid,
agree. So I was gonna
and they're
answer
like,
to
I don't
his.
need these things.
Right.
But then they're like, they get to
No, I
45,
kinda want one.
and they're
I
like,
want a Rolls
well,
Royce.
I kind of want these things.
My answer.
And now,
Go ahead, finish.
you know what I mean? So at that point, effectively, taking care of yourself becomes a job. And
Right.
yeah, in that moment, you feel more free. But at a certain point, at any point, it could get to, I don't want to do this anymore. This is tiring.
I get it.
And I don't feel,
I
I
get it.
feel like I'm restricted by the fact that I have to keep myself alive.
This
and that
is
weighs me
my
down.
what
Whereas if you
what
had
you're
money-
saying. What you asked, my thoughts are. What they're saying is, I agree to their say. They're like, the ultimate freedom is rich because you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want.
Okay.
You're saying which that to me would be a richness too, but a different richness. That's like breaking away from the man, being your own in charge of what you want, but you still don't have the freedom to do whatever you want, right? So if like you and me went on the grid now, right? We pulled our money and we went up to the country and we lived there, right? We'd have a good life. We're just hanging out. We're having a laugh. We're hopefully drinking wine every day, making our own wine. We have money. That's a freedom, right? But we have to also be careful of how we do it. We can't be like, let's just go to California and drink some of that wine now. That'd be kind of cool.
All I'm saying is that if that's not like, yes, of course it could change. Okay, I get that part of it. But what if it doesn't change? What if you're just happy doing that? What if you're happy?
That's
but then if I'm happy working a menial job, am I free now?
No. What if you're happy?
Like then it's a mindset.
In your 40 acres.
There's a different type of freedom, which Michael said
happy.
Long to go beyond.
But I could be
never long.
Okay.
I'm happy.
I can be happy working a desk job, right? There are people who love working their menial desk job.
Now.
Is that guy free now? Like we're just saying this isn't a free life.
No, it's not.
But
we're miserable
you're saying
doing
the
it.
guys could.
But I'm not miserable. Like I
For
like
the
my
content
job.
guy,
I like what I do.
is he free?
I don't feel
What?
There's a content guy working a menial desk job, but he loves it. He's free.
He probably is. 'Cause
Okay,
his
so then
mind
your
is
thing
clear.
makes no sense.
I don't think that's
His
freedom.
mind
is
Like,
clear.
Right,
so
then
I
your
feel-
argument is just freedom is happiness, which is
because
the same thing.
You said you have to work because there's certain things you want in life.
Right.
The guy that goes off the grid does what he wants in life, right? He doesn't need. He's not looking to do those.
Yeah, but he doesn't have options. He made one choice, right? And he said, "I will accept the consequences of that choice because this thing's
But why
important to
can't
me."
he be happy that way?
He is happy.
Could I'm not.
He is
I have
happy.
not
But
said
He is
once.
happy.
conflating
I haven't said
happiness
once
for
that he's unhappy.
freedom.
What do you?
He's
Like-
happy and he's free from a
Like,
lot of
I'm
things
saying,
in life.
I'm saying,
but he's not completely free.
And this could be my age. I like my job. I do not feel weighed down by my future.
That's not
of
your age.
working.
That's your stupidity.
I enjoy working. It's what I wanted to do when I was in high school and I went to work with Johnny. That's what I want. I want to work in IT. That's what I ended up doing. I'm happy. I don't feel weighed down by my future working.
Okay, so
I'm
if they
excited for
stopped
where it
paying
takes
you
me.
tomorrow, you'd still do it.
No.
No, you're doing it for the
Because-
money because
no.
you want to buy a car.
No.
You want to buy a house. You want to get married.
I'm saying I enjoy what I'm doing, right?
Then do it
and
for
so
free.
and therefore I'm happy.
But then do it
Right.
for free.
But if you're living off the grid, you're not really doing it for free either. You're making your life more difficult because you enjoy what you're doing, right? In the
Because you're
same way
happy.
that like a teacher takes low pay because they enjoy what they do, right? So I
Summer's off.
I enjoy.
Yeah, but why are you
Don't get me
conflating?
into
But you're
the teachers.
I
conflating
enjoy
happiness
what I'm
and
doing.
freedom.
Right,
I don't get it
enjoy
at
what
all.
I'm doing, therefore I'm happy. But I don't actually have the choice.
Are you free?
to do what I want to do or not?
But you're happy.
right? If you live off the grid,
I'm not
you
conflating.
really
But
have.
that's
limited
opposite of what you're saying to
choice.
them, though.
No, it's not.
You're
is.
totally conflating the two.
No.
You are.
You certainly are.
conflating
You are.
happiness and freedom.
No,
You're,
I'm
you're
not.
saying
Because
because the
they're
guy's happy off the grid, he's free.
He's free, but he's not free.
But
he's
but
only
he's-
free.
he's
from
Okay,
free
I'll say it
from
again.
social
But there is
pressures
nothing
of
else
work.
that he needs in his life, right?
But he can't do what he wants when he wants, which is what generally like the most basic definition of freedom would be.
Yeah,
Like
that's
what? Like what
freedom.
can he do when he wants?
What do you mean? Like most things.
If
Like
he
I
wants,
said,
if
he
wants
can't
to-
He
wake
can't
up.
go to the movies.
He doesn't want to. Next. He went off the grid.
Okay, whatever. This is stupid.
went off the
Just do
grid
the
for-
sign off. Just do
No,
the sign off.
no, he went
Just
off-
do the sign off.
He
What do you
doesn't
not
want
get?
to. He doesn't want to.
Wait, he went off the grid for a reason, right? He doesn't want to go to the.
Yeah, what if he
movies.
changes his mind one day?
doesn't wanna go-
What if one day,
then
one day,
what if
just
he
one day
changes
in his
it?
off the grid life, he's 90 years old. He's lived off the grid since he was 10. And he's
he-
like, I have one good memory of when I was 8 and I went to the movies. I haven't done that. I'm going to die next month. I'd love to go to the movies, but I can't.
Why
that
not?
guy's free.
He could go to the.
He doesn't
movies.
have any money.
Where's he going to, how's he going to?
What do you mean?
He lives in the wilderness. Where's he going?
They make money, those guys. You know what they do? They trade things. Come on. They sell moonshine.
So now you're just
You
making up a
guys-
situation.
You guys don't watch enough of the Alaska Bush people.
No,
and
you're
those
making
other
some
guys.
weird nonsensical argument.
I don't
Honestly,
think-
dude.
Listen,
I don't even know
I think
free
what
as
you're
you
talking
can get
about.
in this
We're gonna
life.
I'm gonna let's
are-
end this and then the whole next
turn it
pocket we're
into
just
the
gonna talk about freedom because I can't talk about this for a half hour.
Freedom.
Let's define,
We're already
we're
over
gonna
time and this is
define
bothering me.
We're gonna define freedom.
This is
in the
bothering
next
me.
one. Check
Do
out
the
next
sign
week.
off. Do the
Check
sign
out-
off.
Check out next
I don't
week.
even know how did this start. What were we talking about? We were talking about work.
Check out next week.
Thanks
where
for
we
listening.
decide what
And
Or
as
maybe-
freedom is.
always,
Stay angry, annoyed, and amused.
and free.